Moving on. This morning we found out that the PC version of Evolve is going free to play. It is now a free to play game. What do you think about that?
What's the revenue model? That's my first question.
So they said there is a revenue model coming, but as of today, there is none.
Well, then I'm all for it because it's free.
It's just
Let's just play it.
Kidding.
Okay, great.
Free
that's
games.
That's a real good game, and it's
Yeah.
free. Yay. Okay.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know,
Can't
it's really
run it.
interesting because we gave it a 9, I think,
Yeah.
last year. But it's a game that previewed really well. Reminds me a lot of Titanfall, to where whenever we played at a preview event, we're like, this is great. And then after like the 4th or 5th preview event, it was like, all right, I'm sort of tired of the game now. And then the game came out and was great, but just didn't stick.
Yeah.
Which is a lot
Yeah,
like
so-
Titanfall. So it's interesting to see, a year and a half later, the 2K and Turtle Rock sort of being like, all right, how do we re-inject life into this thing?
Yeah, so Evolve, Titanfall, Battlefront, Rainbow Six, Siege are all big high-profile multiplayer-only games.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 is getting a single-player campaign. Battlefront 2 will have a single-player campaign. Evolve is now going free-to-play.
Yeah.
So what does this tell us about the current state of big multiplayer-only games?
I mean,
Overwatch is the only one.
so Overwatch, yeah, which is
The exception that proves the rule?
yeah, totally, because something
only
like
play one.
Battleborn.
Battleborn
definitely
also,
isn't
yeah.
that. Yeah, I feel like, Overwatch is the exception that proves the rule. I think, Ryan's written previews, op-eds about it, but I think people sort of are currently demanding a single-player campaign in games. Like, that's the thing. That was the biggest complaint with Titanfall, the biggest complaint with Battlefront. Especially when year in and year out we get, every Call of Duty, every Halo has its campaign right next to its stellar multiplayer mode.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. I mean, it brings balance to it.
Yeah, like I would have loved a proper campaign in Splatoon.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll even see an Evolve 2. Remember, the Turtle Rock Studios, these are the guys that did Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Well, if they do, they can call it Evolved. And then,
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
Don't call it that.
Or maybe people would like to
Cookie
see
stick.
Left 4 Dead 3.
Yes.
Very much so.
I'd like to see Valve just make something. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, a video
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
from Valve.
Yeah, that's not Dota. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it would be unprecedented. Once you go free to play, I think that's kind of like, that's it. You're not doing a sequel after that, right? Like, you become a platform.
Well,
yeah,
that's interesting
that's true.
theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they also did announce that there are new hunters coming soon.
Yeah. Like, I don't think we're not going to get a Dota 3. We're not going to get a League 2.
No, well, you might get a Dota 3 someday.
so?
Yeah, I think maybe.
You think Valve can make a 3?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Absolutely, they could do that. Give them a decade.
It'll be in
Maybe
the new orange box.
Yeah,
The
this
Friday
is
the
good.
13th game is kind of based on this Evolve model, right?
Yeah, the 4v1.
I mean, it's a asymmetrical
Yeah.
multiplayer game. Yeah.
And then there's the other, what was it, Dead by Daylight?
Yep.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight I think is out now.
Yeah, that's what came out really quickly.
But you mentioned the Friday the 13th game. They're talking about trying to get a single player component into that now too.
Really?
Is that true?
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, so you got to see Friday the 13th at E3.
Yep.
Give us an update on Friday the 13th.
Absolutely. What I saw Friday the 13th at E3 was really impressive. It looked like a lot of fun. Now, granted, it was a very early demo that we were seeing there, but it's all built around fear. They had these really cool things where, like, yeah, you can just, run up and kill somebody as Jason, but it's also often more advantageous to build fear because that makes him more and more powerful. So just like glancing through a window at somebody can be just as or more effective.
Like a rewarding
Yeah,
mechanic.
because he starts to beef up, and you can kill somebody, but if you kill them brutally and horribly in front of their friends in an awful way, everybody gets more freaked out, and you just keep snowballing abilities.
I really like that.
I like that too. There's all these other neat little things too, like with the campers or the counselors. They're all kind of unique and have different abilities, but there's only enough seats in the escape vehicle for, like, let's say there's 7 counselors and maybe there's only like 5 seats in the car. So not everybody's making it out no matter what. So you're working together, but sooner or later, somebody's going to get screwed.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind tripping you when we're running away.
Exactly, and they're kind of building stuff like that into it,
Yeah.
it looks like.
That's really smart.
That's cool.
Jason can warp for jump scares.
Well, he can in this version. They're not sure that's going to make it finally. They're going to have ways to make that happen. But yeah, it'll be like you'll be running, and then suddenly Jason just appears in front of you, like out of the dark.
Yeah.
He'll be like walking slowly, and then you're ahead.
If you're a Jason, like that's an interesting control scheme because he's kind of lumbering and slow, right?
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden you can kind of like do a pointer and like whap.
Yeah, and you're just right there, which is how the movies work. Suddenly you come to the shadows, and yeah, they've put a lot of thought. The fidelity to the movies is what impressed me. They're just like to the point that they were like, well, Jason just kills as many people as he can. Is there a winner? They're like, well, the counselors somehow manage to put Jason in the ground, which is like this epic event you can try to do. Then maybe that's counselors win. But otherwise, it's just maybe you got away or Jason killed this many. But it's not like Jason wins or counselors win. At least not the way they're putting it together now. And I like that. It's just like, just tell the story, have fun, get your experience, add your abilities, come back in, play again.
I really like the idea of that fear mechanic. Just it reminds me sort of the Arkham games, how you can as you're swooping in and out of the shadows, people will get more and more afraid of you and start acting erratically. And
I love it. And they also talked about some organic things that have happened. Like they've learned that if Jason comes in and there's only 2 people and he kills one, or there's 2 people, they'll run away together. But whenever it's a group, human behavior they're discovering, they scatter like cockroaches. Like they'll all run in different directions. It causes panic.
Also, how great would it be if this game is a hit and then they get the Freddy license?
Oh, that'd be amazing. Oh,
and that's what I've wanted from Evolve, is having the monsters be recognizable things, having some a King Kong thing, or a Godzilla, or an actual Cthulhu.
Jason looked like Jason. Another thing I loved was that these kills, these environmental kills, they were savage and brutal and very characteristic of the movies. But the guys demoing it were like, yeah, see how brutal it is, man? They weren't doing that. They're just and here's Jason doing this, because they get that they're like, this is what the game is. Yeah. And I really, there was a lot of TLC in that room, and that was one of the things that stood out to me in the demos. These guys, honest to God, seem to care about making this feel like a Friday the 13th movie.
So compare it to Dead by Daylight.
Okay, so Dead by Daylight I've actually done hands-on with. This I didn't. Okay, Dead by Daylight is neat. It's fun, but I feel like there's some balance issues with hook distance, and that it's kind of generic-y. And whereupon this, I actually saw locales I cared about and characters whose abilities were like, oh, I remember that. Or I liked what they were demoing more than what Dead by Daylight turned out to be. Now, whether or not, but again, that's not fair to Dead by Daylight, which is a very enjoyable game that I don't want to crap on. Yeah. But what I saw there interested me more than what Dead by Daylight ended up being.
Gotta have that license.
Yeah.
You guys got to school me sometime on what the best Friday the 13th movie is.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I've only seen the first one and some very contemporary ones, and they're the first one's really boring.
Yeah.
And the contemporary ones are cheesy, kind of fun. But there's got to be a good window of 80s movies.
As long as you can accept that best is kind of in quotes.
No, that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah. Probably 4 is probably
the most fun.
My favorite.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Friday, is it the final chapter?
Friday the 13th, the Corey movie.
Yeah. Corey
Feldman.
That's Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman's in it?
Yeah, Corey Feldman's in it.
As a little boy.
Sounds great.
Yeah. It's not good, but I like the one with the psychic girl too.
That's 7.
That's a fun one. Yeah, that's 7.
There's some good.
Don't go to space. Don't do
no, Jason X.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, that one's not great.
Although there are some good kills in that.
No, I saw Jason versus Freddy, which might have a space stuff in it.
Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, Freddy versus Jason's. It's fun. And Jason Takes Manhattan's bad. That one's bad.
Let's name them all in order. Friday the 13th,
Yes.
Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D.
Yep. Right.
That sounds good.
Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter.
Part 5, A New Beginning.
Part 5 is a new beginning. Then Jason Lives.
It's Part 6.
Wait, did we skip Jason Takes Manhattan, or was that?
That's not
that's
yet.
8.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, that's it.
6's subtitle is what?
I don't remember what 6 is. I don't remember 6 or 7.
Is it the Dream Master?
No, that's Freddy.
It's the wrong one.
I don't remember the subtitles to 6 or 7.
Wait, what
let's
was
do it.
Jason Goes to Hell the Final Friday?
That's Friday the
10,
13th.
or
No,
not
that's
Jason X.
Okay, we can't remember 6 or 7.
This is a great
8
exercise.
It's Jason Takes Manhattan.
8 is Jason Takes Manhattan. 9 is Jason X.
Wait, shouldn't 10 be Jason X? Jason Goes to Hell the Final
no.
Friday was 9, I think.
No, wait.
10 was Jason
I
X.
think 9 is.
I apologize to hardcore Friday the 13th fans.
I think 9 is Jason Goes to Hell. 10 is Jason X. And then
Freddy versus Jason.
11 is Freddy versus Jason.
And then they remade
And then
Friday the
there's
13th. The Michael Bay.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
No, wait. They remade elsewhere. Have they remade 13? Yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting mixed up.
It was
Which
just
one did I
Friday.
research?
I like how so nobody knows what 6 and 7 were.
Wait, aren't they remaking Friday the 13th now? Did they actually finish the remake?
I don't know
They
if
already did a remake of Friday the 13th.
Okay. Man, I'm confused.
Yeah, because those were all the same time as
I'm
Rob
sorry.
Zombie, Halloween, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Well, I remember there was the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, but for some reason I thought 13th was still getting remade. I don't know. Maybe it's
That first Nightmare on Elm Street's a great movie.
The very first one.
That's a
With
slick
Johnny
flick.
Depp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
so
good.